Hello there you, and welcome to the emphatic army of KHORNE, as today they're going to be trying to cull the local population of mushrooms. Will the forces of KHORNE, supported by the Black Legion, be able to withstand the greenskin tide? But before we do kick off today's battle, just want to say a massive shout out to all you channel members who helped keep this channel going. And if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button down below, and while you're at it, go ahead, check out the amazing ChaoticPinky store. We got some really cool merch over there. With all that being said, let's get on with today's battle. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off today's battle, and already I love seeing that, just the exchange of tank rounds between both of the armies as we come charging into each other. We're currently hovering just over the Orc army, and I think that's it. Look at that, right away, the front line has already developed into this brutal melee. We're getting close to 2,000, 3,000 kills in total. The exchange of fire starting to intensify as the line quickly draws out here. The Orcs actually looking like the speed, carrying him forward a little bit. Almost outflanking the Chaos here, but the Chaos have got plenty of Marauders pumping in to bring up that front line. You can see we're just going to have this horrible clash in the middle over here. There's just going to be both sides pumping reinforcements into it. Now, funnily enough, the Chaos KHORNE faction here and the Orcs are actually quite well balanced, so this line should develop into some horrible sludge in the next few moments. Look at how many tank rounds are flying through the air. The Chaos manifestations here also making the way to the front line. Now, these Chaos spawns are absolutely deadly in melee combat. You can already see the Orcs getting flung through the air. It's scary when you see a Meganod being flung through the air, I tell you that. But there they are on the front line, just causing absolute devastation amongst the Orkies. The Orcs tried to take them down, but them big, thick flesh hides able to withstand a fair old beating here. Now, it looks like most of the tank rounds are aiming at a lot of the ranged units that both sides have. Oh, this is something really nice. I'm so glad that the developers added these trails to the round tank rounds here, flying through the air. Let's go over to the other side, though, because we can see that the flank is extending over here. The Orcs trying to push around reinforcements, but Chaos has brought up its Marauders to try and plug that gap. Some Orcs are getting flung off the top of a cliff face over here. Look at that, though. That's extremely 40k. Just looking at the battlefield, stretching off into the distance here. You can see the Chaos reinforcements pumping down from the ridge as corrupted Lehman Russes here try to provide covering fire. And again, like I said, they are quite evenly matched, so we should start getting this horrible defilade starting to appear. You can see the Orky Daka, all the smoke lines here starting to build up in the background. Both teams now pumping covering fire into that front line, hoping to gain some ground, and it is just turning into this horrible quagmire. We're already rapidly approaching 200,000 kills in total across the entire battlefield. You see Winged Furies trying to rip apart some of the Orcs. Orcs, though, putting up a stalwart defense despite these insane demonic creatures that Chaos has put to the front. You can see the Renegade Gunners now all lined up here, which is actually kind of interesting because there's not really that many Marauders on the front line then. The Marauders still trying to make their way through the Renegade Gunners. That could give the Orcs a little bit of an advantage. Speaking of the Orcs, look at their army stretching off into the distance. That's absolutely fantastic. The Chaos here, though, looking a little bit spread out. The combat line is still developing, as we can see over here. Oh my god, it's going all the way over the cliff face. Who's going to win this one, though? It looks like Chaos might be able to plug a couple of gaps over here, but I don't know if this area is pathable, actually. I guess we'll find out bit by bit as the line spreads over this part of the field. But yeah, Chaos is having to pump reinforcements from its center lines all over the place here. It almost feels like they've been penned into the valley a little bit by the Orcs. But yeah, look at the Chaos. We've got so many units coming over this hill here. They might actually be able to outflank the Orks. It looks like the Orks are also bringing their own reinforcements. Oh my god, this is going to be a big old stomper on this side. Both teams here wanting to fight over a cliff face. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in either team shooter. That seems like a terrifying thing. Unless you're a goat. You know, that's the only time you want to be fighting on the side of a cliff face. The Beastmen must be at home there. God, look at all the Storm Boys. So many of them trying to push this flank here. The choppers then are probably holding the center line as all these Storm Boys come around the side. Again, we can see all the tanks here lining up for the Chaos. Just absolutely this insane exchange of fire goes up and down the field. We have got a load of looted Lehman Russes coming in for the Orks as well. But yeah, this is just a horrific quagmire in the center. Oh, it's absolutely love this. I've got to say, I think Tau versus Orks and maybe Orks versus Chaos and then Tyranids versus Imperial Guard. They are my favorite setups, closely followed by anything versus zombies. Yeah, they're definitely some of my favorite fights, but I think what it is between these is it's just two horde armies going at it, and it's just always some insane battle that goes on. Like the amount of death just going on our front line at the moment. Truly ridiculous. The kill counters here almost fairly even. That's the other thing that's really good about this setup. The armies are quite balanced, so it always works out that you have these really nice battles. Look at this though, Chaos using the ridge line over here, putting the tanks in place, putting up a front of Chaos demons, and it's all working out well. The Orks really struggling to get through this. The Chaos spawns just having a bit of a field day actually. Oh, it does look like the Orks are getting through some of the lines though, but yeah, there is such a strong presence from these Chaos spawns. The Orks are really struggling, and again, these are narrow pathways that the Orks are trying to get up, so they can't get loads of reinforcements up. Normally numbers would be in their favor, but over here it looks like a little bit of a killing field for the Orks. They're getting cut down by the Chaos. We'll have to see how that develops on that side. Again though, the Orks just seem to have this ability to be able to pump reinforcements into an area way quicker than Chaos can. But then again, Chaos units are much more heavy, lumbering units. They can take a lot of punishment comparative to the Orks here. And that's the offset really. The Orks do have a 3-to-1 numerical advantage over the Chaos. But the Chaos are just absolute beasts when it comes to melee combat. That demonic strength carrying them forward. You can see the lads just going on this absolute romper stomp of a flank over here, trying to push around the entire mountain. Speaking of the mountain, look, the cliff face battle has come to a close on this side. Well, it's not exactly come to a close, but you know, it's finished. There's no more lines to be protruding here. And yeah, like I said earlier, I definitely wouldn't want to be fighting on this cliff face. That seems like a really bad idea. Neither side gaining any ground whatsoever, but I can tell that the Chaos have put a lot of reinforcements now into that front line to try and hold back the Orky numbers. The Ork numbers here seeming good ending. The Chaos need a break here somewhere. That many Orks here, it's absolutely ridiculous. I think I put down like 3 million Orks, so yeah. It's definitely going to take a little bit of time for this fight to wear down here. We'll probably have a couple of time lapses coming up. I'm just really happy that the Chaos managed to get the superior high ground over here. Able to bring up the tanks and put up this insane demonic front with the Chaos spawns. And now the Orks are just sort of funneled into this horrible killing zone. Oh, one of them going flying through the air. The Chaos are starting to pull ahead in terms of kills here, and they need to do that really rapidly, actually. Because this kill count at the moment, it's too close. The Orks are keeping it too close to the Chaoses. The Chaos really need to start pulling the finger out and start getting some of these Orkies gone. I think the Ork Dakar is having a major effect though. Able to clear out some of these hilltops for the Orks to keep on pushing. But the Marauders, again, the strong bulwark here, able to withstand their own, taking a beating from the Chaos. But they are holding. We're starting to lose quite a few of the gunners, actually. That's a little bit of a concern. You see, they've got this flanking maneuver coming in by the Orks. And we've just got a bunch of renegade gunners here who look completely exposed. In fact, that line over there is going to collapse very soon. Oh, man. Are the Orcs just going to completely walk over the Chaos line here if this part collapses? I mean, we still do have all the tanks. It looks like, actually, what's really happened is a lot of the Chaos reinforcements have sort of got stuck behind the tanks and some of the bigger units here. Because, yeah, look at this. We've got a load of Chaos spawns all here ready and waiting to get to that front line, as well as a load of Winged Furies. Oh, my God. The Chaos have basically just got loads of reinforcements in waiting here. Are they trying to lure the Orcs in? Is that what's going on? I'm not quite sure. How are we doing on this far flank over here? See the Orcs and the Chaos going at it once again, fighting on the side of a cliff face. We've got a couple of Orcs still trying to flank around. A few remnants of Chaos there trying to hold out, but they probably won't put up much of a fight. And it doesn't look like the Orcs have actually gained any ground whatsoever over this end of the field here. Nor of the Chaos. It's just been this brutal stalemate yet again. Which is kind of what the entire front line has been, to be honest. Just this horrific stalemate between the both sides. As round after round has pumped in. You can see loads of Winged Furies actually getting to the front though now for the Chaos. Yeah, I was about to say, you can these Winged Furies, they'll probably start increasing the kill count for the Chaos quite rapidly here. Yeah, the Chaos have already started pulling ahead now. But look at these defilades here that we're making out of the bodies. Just these big, thick wedges that we've made right across the battlefield. Which is actually good for both sides because it gives you a little bit of protection from the tank rounds. But look at this massive surge of Orcs coming in now into this one area here. This is the line we were looking at earlier. Like I said, maybe this is a Chaos tactic. Because on this side, they've certainly lured the Orcs in to a killing field over here. And they're really having some excellent fire effect. The Orc corpses are really piling up heavily over that side. So I'm wondering if the Chaos are trying a similar tactic over here. Let the Orcs overextend, make them think that they've got a bit of an upper hand, let the lads come flooding in, and then they'll close this horrific pincer on them. And look at this, the Orc reinforcements are flowing into this area now. And it does feel like the Chaos firepower is concentrated on this one zone. You can see that the Black Legion are here as well, providing some decent covering fire. The Orcs are going to be taking bolt rounds to the face from that one. But yeah, the losses for the Chaos seem to have really slowed down all of a sudden, and the kill counter has picked up for them. They've got some tactic brewing here. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it is working for them. The Orc reinforcements, though, are just so gigantic at this point. The Chaos have got to be a little bit worried about what's going to happen here. But yeah, again, at the moment, though, they're having to deal with these Chaos spawn. And these guys are so tough, they can take such a beating. But yeah, this has all been a really nice distraction here by Chaos, and it hasn't cost them a lot of units to hold it in place. Look at all these Orc bodies over here. Oh my days, they are piled up high in this area. We're even getting to the point where it's becoming unpathable in certain areas. That's insane. Way too much. Way too many lives lost here by the Orcs. Look at this, they're just getting funneled into a death sphere. I don't know what a death sphere is, but it's whatever that is over there. I'm a little bit worried that the Chaos may be lulling the Orcs into a full sense of security, making the Orcs think that they're actually doing good, and then the Chaos are just going to slap them around at the end. Because look at all these troops that the Chaos have got in reserve. This side of the line looking a little bit weak for the Chaos, though. Maybe they can't handle it as well on this side. How are we doing on the extreme far flank over here, though? Because I do think that the Orcs will push this around. Oh, but look at this, a massive contingent of Chaos came in. The Orcs now having to put reinforcements into a brand new attack angle that they've opened up. And again, this line over here has been largely static. The Chaos able to easily hold these little passes like this. Does feel like the Orcs have made some progress up the side of here. But again, it's going to be at what cost, because we've still got loads of Chaos sitting on the top of that hill there. Right, so what I'm going to do, we're going to hit a little time-lapse camera over here, because I've got a feeling there might be a little bit of a collapse in that point of the line down there. So we are going to keep an eye on this hill over here, watching the Orcs slowly grind their way up. and we'll be back in a second. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Look at that. The Orks managed to break through the line over here. Oh my gosh, look at this gigantic pool of blood that's over there. But yeah, look at this now. The Orks are sweeping through the corrupting tanks here, taking out a load of firepower for the Chaos. Absolutely disastrous for the Chaos Lines. You can see all the reinforcements now coming in to try and plug that, but is it too little, too late here? Have the Orks already found an opening? I mean, it looks like they're completely exploiting it here. Moving up as many forces as they can. Let's quickly go check on this side. I think this might have made a little bit of progress by now. Yeah, look at that. So it looks like the Orks finally managed to get through most of the Chaos spawn on this side and are now trying to push up the cliff face itself. But we still do have a lot of Marauders up there and still a lot of the Chaos and tanks as well. You can see that a load of Dakar has also moved up into this area, which has helped the Orks to push on through just a little bit. That Dakar then probably helping to take out some of them Chaos spawn. The Orks are playing a dangerous game here, pushing up into this area. But look, again, that concentrated tank fire coming out of the Ork lines from down here. The looted Leman Russes are just absolutely peppering at the top of that hill. It's the one Orky target that they can all see. Now, let's go back over here because I want to see if the Chaos can get a handle on this. And I don't think they can. Yeah, that is an absolute gap in the Chaos army now. They have brought some reinforcements down from the mountaintop to try and cover it. How are we doing on this far flank? Yeah, again, just not having enough reinforcements to come in. The Ork shooters here doing the job. Looks like actually these are Slugger Boys. Oh, look at this, it is the smaller Slugger Boys. The Slugger Boys have come to plug the gap here for the Orks, coming to the rescue. Again, though, the Orks slowly closing that gap, but they've paid such a price to get up here. Have they got over the hilltop yet? Oh, they're very close to it now. See, a couple of Renegade Gunners might be up for the chop soon, but that is really concerning. How many of the Chaos are just, how many of the Orks are just flowing freely now in towards the rear of the Chaos lines. I don't know if all the reinforcements are going to be enough for the Chaos here. We've got 250,000 Chaos left. And to be fair, they've put up a heck of a fight. So what? We've got, oh, almost half of the Ork army's dead. So Chaos are still in with a damn good chance here. They've just got to somehow get this flank under control here. And I think we need to take out some of these flipping Ork tanks because they're just absolutely pelting the Chaos lines at the moment. And that's causing them so many losses. It's unbelievable. But the Orks are fully exploiting that now. Let's have a look at this flip. Look at this thing. How deep is it? Okay, it's not that deep. But my gosh, it is absolutely gigantic. The entire floor now covered in goo. I did say things were going to get messy. Oh my days. Look at this as well. Look at how big. This is just a gigantic thick wedge of bodies. There's so many piled up in the center. It's absolutely ridiculous. Look at that. The Orks surging forward. We've actually made a little bit of a river if you look over here. Look at this. We've made our very own goo lake at the center. It looks so fantastic. Look at this. We've got so many Chaos reinforcements though now coming down from there, and we've still got a load of Winged Furies in reserve. They could be the turning point that Chaos needs for this fight. I think basically over this side of the field, this side has got to be given up by the Chaos. And like, they're not getting this back at all. They just need to cause as much pain as possible for the Orks here. Keep the Orks as busy for as long as possible as well. That'd be really, really good. That'd help the Chaos on the other side because it keeps these tanks firing at that side. So let's go have a look at the far flank over this side. Again, Chaos have done an excellent job of trying to hold this off. But sheer weight of numbers, I think it's starting to take a hold on our Chaos defense. The Orks have cost them so many though. just to get this far. Like, this entire fight here, probably like 20 minutes of fighting to get through this one part alone. The amount of bodies underneath, and it does look like the Chaos Army is starting to wither and die here very quickly, actually. Oh my days, yeah. The Chaos slowly just getting absolutely engulfed by the Orcs. So what we're going to do, hit another little time-lapse camera over here, and we're going to watch the Orcs slowly collapse upon the Chaos defense. We'll be back in a second. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the collapse, complete collapse here of the Chaos Army. Let's go have a look at our front line, though, because look at this. That was a monumental meat grinder in the center here. So many dead Orcs. That's all you can really see, apart from a couple of Chaos tanks. But yeah, somehow the Orcs managed to carry their way through here, but still like 1 million troops remaining. It's kind of impressive. Now, one thing I will say, while I was testing this out, the Orcs never won by this much. Like, nowhere near this much. Probably won by about 100,000 kills, but yeah, this was meant to be an Orc victory either way in this video, but it was not this disparate. The Orcs won by about 100,000, so the effect of me recording the video has basically saved 900,000 Orc mushrooms here. So I've done my bit for the green tide. What we actually got left, though, is these 22,000 Chaos who are just stuck on top of a hill. So, yeah, I think this is how it all ends for the Chaos Army here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be calling it this one here, though. We do have to still clean up all of our mushroom friends. So let's go get ourselves into a lovely little spot down here, shall we? Let's go clear off the side of the mountain, as always. I do hope you had a blast. I know I did. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, until next time, peace.